In the beginning, there were only 3 primordial realms. Muspelheim, a realm of scorching fire and light. Niflheim, a land of frost, mist, and shadow. And Ginnungagap, the vast, yawning void between them. Over time, the heat of Muspelheim met the frozen rime of Niflheim in the center of Ginnungagap. When the two opposites touched, the frost melted, and from those waters, life emerged. The first being to form was Ymir, the progenitor of the frost giants. As he slept, more giants grew from his body, birthed without parents or cause, a race as ancient as existence itself. Beside Ymir came Audumla, the cosmic cow, who nourished him with her milk. She too emerged from the primal ice, and as she licked the salty blocks for sustenance, she uncovered another being, Buri. Buri had a son named Bor, who fathered 3 sons, Odin, Vili, and Ve. These brothers, descended from gods, but living among giants, saw the growing chaos Ymir had unleashed. To bring order, they did the unthinkable. They slew Ymir, and from his immense corpse, they shaped the world. His blood became the oceans, his flesh, the soil, his bones formed the mountains, his teeth, the rocks, his skull was lifted high, becoming the sky. Sparks from Muspelheim became stars. From destruction, they forged creation. With the world shaped from Ymir's body, the brothers turned their attention to populating it. On the shores of this new world, they found 2 lifeless pieces of driftwood, an ash tree and an elm. They gave these forms breath, consciousness, movement, and names. The man they called Ask, and the woman, Embla. These were the first humans, and they became the ancestors of all mankind. The gods, now rulers of this crafted realm, established their own dwelling, Asgard. It stood high above the world of men, connected by Bifrost, the shimmering rainbow bridge. Among the gods were Odin, All-Father, a god of wisdom, war, and kingship. Thor, god of thunder and protector of humanity. Frigg, Odin's wife, a seeress and guardian of fate. Tyr, god of law and sacrifice. And Loki, a being born of giants, yet counted among the gods. Each played a role in shaping destiny, but none were beyond its reach. Odin sought knowledge above all else. Not content to rule without understanding, he pursued deeper truths. At the roots of the world tree Yggdrasil, he found the well of Mimir, guarded by a wise and ancient being. To drink from the waters of wisdom, Odin offered his eye. He placed it in the well, losing sight but gaining foresight. But knowledge demands more. Loki, ever the unpredictable one, fathered 3 beings with a giantess. Fenrir, a massive wolf destined to devour Odin during Ragnarok. Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, so vast it encircles the world. Hel, a half-dead goddess who rules over the underworld. The gods feared these children. They tried to bind Fenrir, tricking him with games until they shackled him with Gleipnir, a magical ribbon crafted from impossibilities. Tyr lost his hand in the process, placing it in Fenrir's mouth as a show of trust. Hel was cast into the realm of the dead, Niflheim, where she would judge the souls of the unworthy. Jormungandr was thrown into the sea, where he grew large enough to grasp his own tail. These 3 would one day bring destruction. After the war between the Aesir and Vanir gods, a truce was sealed by spitting into a cauldron. From this, the wise man Kvasir was born, a being of unmatched intelligence. But wisdom invites envy. 2 dwarves killed Kvasir and brewed his blood into a powerful mead. Whoever drank it gained the gift of poetry and eloquence. Odin, seeking this power, undertook a long and difficult quest. Through disguise and seduction, he gained access to the mead and drank it all. As he flew back to Asgard in eagle form, some of the mead fell from his beak. It is said that those touched by it become poets, the rest lost in the wind. One morning, Thor awoke to discover that Mjolnir, his hammer, was gone. A giant named Thrym had stolen it and demanded Freya as a bride in return. Thor and Loki devised a plan. Thor would disguise himself as Freya and infiltrate the wedding. Loki, ever the deceiver, accompanied him. At the feast, Thor's behavior aroused suspicion, but the ruse held long enough. When the hammer was finally brought out as a ceremonial gift, Thor seized it and brought ruin upon the giants. Order was restored, but it was a reminder, even gods can be deceived. The gods remained youthful thanks to Idun, keeper of the golden apples. When Loki was forced to hand her over to a giant, the gods quickly began to age. Realizing his mistake, Loki took the form of a falcon, found Idun, turned her into a nut, and carried her back to Asgard. The gods were restored, but they never forgot how fragile their power could be. But even the gods, mighty as they were, could not escape fate. From the moment the cosmos was born, so too was its end foretold. This end is known as RAGNAROK, the doom of the gods, not a single event, but a chain of signs and disasters that will shake the 9 realms to their roots. First comes the Fimbul winter, a brutal, endless winter of 3 long years, with no sun, no warmth, and no mercy. Brothers will turn on brothers. The bonds of kinship and law will dissolve. The world of men will collapse into violence and despair. Then, the skies will split. The great wolf skull will finally catch the sun and devour it. His brother Hati will swallow the moon. Darkness will fall over all creation. The ground will quake, mountains will shatter, and from his prison, Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, will break free, his jaws stretched wide enough to devour the world. The Midgard serpent, Jormungandr, will rise from the ocean, spewing poison into the skies and seas. His massive body will churn the waves and flood the lands of men. And from the realm of the dead, Hel will release her legions. Ships built from the fingernails of the dead will sail to battle, carrying giants, monsters, and the damned. At the helm will stand Loki, reborn as an enemy to the gods, his trickery now turned to vengeance. The gods will prepare for the final battle. Odin will ride forth, wearing his golden helm and wielding his mighty spear, Gungnir. Beside him, the noble dead of Valhalla. Thor will face Jormungandr. They will kill each other. Odin will fall to Fenrir, and then Odin's son Vidar will avenge him, stepping into the wolf's jaws and tearing them apart with divine strength. Loki will clash with Heimdall, the guardian of Bifrost. Neither will survive. Surtur, the fire giant of Muspelheim, will unleash flames upon the world. The 9 realms will burn. And yet, this is not the end. After the destruction, a new world will rise. The earth will emerge again from the sea, green and fertile. 2 humans, Lif and Lifthrasir, will survive the cataclysm, hiding in the sacred wood. They will emerge and repopulate the earth. The surviving gods, Baldur, Hod, and a few others, will return to a cleansed Asgard. And in this renewed world, harmony will be born from ruin. Because in Norse myth, even the apocalypse is not final. Death is not defeat. Destruction makes way for rebirth. This is the ultimate truth of Norse mythology. The cosmos is a cycle: creation, conflict, collapse, and renewal. Norse mythology is not about perfection. It is about struggle, about sacrifice, about fate. The gods are flawed. They lie, they suffer, they fall. And in their stories, we find reflections of ourselves. Their myths teach us that even divine beings must confront uncertainty, that wisdom comes at a cost, that chaos is not something to defeat, but something to endure.